Acts 13:2. They ministered to the Lord and fasted. Prophets, teachers, and church members. This statement right here says so much. And again, this goes back to when you walk through that door. When you walk through that door, a lot of the times we think it's about us. We think it's about me, me. And here it is. It says what? They what? They what? Minister to who? Minister to who? The Lord. When you walk through that door, what is your purpose? Why are you here? Why do you go to church? These Christians in Antioch, where they were first called Christians, they came and they ministered to the Lord. When they walked in, it wasn't about them. It was about God. Nobody had to pump them up and say, come on, you can do it. Come on, you can worship. Come on, get those hands up. No, they came in and they couldn't wait to give God praise, glory, and honor. They understood their position. They understood who they were. They understood who God was and that they were going to serve Him. It's important for us to have a different perspective. They fasted, meaning they didn't eat food. And they is talking about prophets, teachers, and church members. The church members are not excluded. The prophets are not excluded. You know, you can go to a church and the prophets and the teachers are sitting down while the worship is going on and they're like, yeah. Oh, that's great. That's wonderful. And the church members, you guys need to worship God. I'm going to sit here. No way. Man, the first thing when you get up on that stage and you're a prophet or a teacher, you are a worshiper. You start out as a church member. You are the church. There's no separation. There's just this guy has something that somebody else doesn't have. But when we're united, we're one. That's what the body's talking about, right? Nobody's better than each other. That's what it says in the Scriptures. The eye doesn't look to the hand and say, oh, you hand, you're so stupid. Right? We're one. We need every part. It's so important. We can't look down on one another. The teacher is just as important as the church member, and the church member is just as important as the prophet. God, again, is not a respecter of persons. Whoever wants to become great among you must be your servant. If you have prophets and these people that call themselves prophets and all these positions they have, and they call themselves apostles and all this, if they are not serving, they're not great. If they want everybody to serve them, that's backwards. Jesus, when He came, it says here, He gave His life a ransom for many. He served. Amen? We understand that God laid it all on the line for us. He dedicated His time for those last 3 years to save, to speak to people. He made it His priority to serve. It's important for us to also start thinking about how can we serve, right? You know, assembling is one thing, but also how can I, as a Christian, serve God? How can I serve His people? So remember, when we come into God's house, it's not about being ministered to. I mean, yes, you go through that, you know, when you're a believer, but as you transition to become what is the word today? Christian, a disciple, as you make that transition, it's not about you anymore. It's about who? The Lord. It's about ministering to the Lord. And it's so important for us to make that transition.